All right, everybody, welcome back to another word. Let me start over. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest. Let me give you a couple of words about my guest. Afrobeat, Ghana, artist, talent, all the way from Toronto, Canada right now. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Slim Flex. What's up, bro? What's going on, man?
What's up, people? How y'all doing?
Hey, man. How are you, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Just another day. Trying to take it one day after the other. Try to reach that ultimate goal. Just try to be positive.
Hey, brother, be positive. So, speaking of which, I am so glad you said that, man. I'm loving the vibe already. Let's talk about your single you got out now, brother. Big Dreams. Okay, I've heard it. I'm loving it. Man, I'm feeling it. I've heard the instrumental and I've heard, the one with, your lyrics, what have you on Audiomack. And I'm just loving, man. I'm loving the sound. Man, dude, I'm just feeling the whole vibe. So tell us a little bit more about Big Dreams, man.
Well, Big Dreams was a song that I actually did last year when I went to Ghana for Afro Fest Africa. I actually hooked up with one of my old-time producers there, and then I got a rhythm. So I brought it back to Canada, and then as I came back, Corona set in. And as Corona set in, as we could see, so many people kind of gave up. A lot of people kind of felt like, that was the end for them. A lot of people was finding it hard, especially artists like myself couldn't go on the road to work and stuff. So being an artist, I felt that I needed something that would motivate people, that people would like hear and be like, yeah, we are in bad times, but there's still lights at the end of the tunnel. So just got to keep pushing and holding on to the dreams, And like I always say, growing up as a human being, you must always have dreams, and all your dreams must be bigger than, how you think. So once you have big dreams and you have the right work attitude, you'll be able to achieve that. So it was just a song that motivate people in these Corona times, basically.
Hey, dude, I love it, man. And pretty much as you said, to motivate people during these times, we need as much inspiration and as much as, upliftment as possible. Now, is this part of, EP or album? I know you've already dropped 2 albums before. So is this going to be, the first single off your 3rd album, or what's going on with you right now as far as the music?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, right now, me and my management, we Diet Monkey Entertainment. What we're doing is we've recorded a bunch of songs. We have over 100 complete songs down there. Okay. And what we're doing is basically just try to release singles, and maybe somewhere next year, hopefully, we might put some of them together as an album or EP and let people have it. But right now, we just focused on more singles, getting people that vibe, keeping people, fed with the music every time.
Okay, and you know what? I love it. So I want you to do something for me real quick, man. Give my listeners an inside track of Afrobeat. For those who aren't familiar with it, according to Slim Flex, what is Afrobeat in your eyes?
Well, I would answer it in 2 parts, right? Because the first part is just the origination of it, right?
Yes.
When Afrobeat just started, it was with the people such as Fela Kuti,
yes,
such as Osibisa Band, which had some of its members from the Caribbean and all over the world. And around those times, Afrobeat was more used to sound like, let's say, political messages to political oppressions, right? But speaking to the power, speaking to the people in high places, how the people needed to do well. So back then it was more political. But as time went on, as the new school came on, I would like to take you back to a place like Ghana, right? Yeah. Where I come from. We had the high life music, which was the folk music, right? And then they now added rap to it, and then we had hip life. But the reason why it was hip life was the fact that most of the song was being delivered in the local dialect. You understand? So we now found that it was only circulating in Ghana. It was not penetrating through the other African countries who couldn't speak the dialect. So now we started speaking in what is popularly known in Africa as Pidgin English. And once we did that, we now started, voicing it in Pidgin English now. So now I'm like the person who knew some little amount of English or more English could understand where you were coming from. Mm-hmm. So as time went on, the same political charged war songs turned to what we are now seeing, like bringing in, speaking about love, speaking about party, speaking about this, trying to make it fun for everybody. And that is how we now have this new Afrobeat as we have, whereby you can now basically talk about anything at all. But then back then it was more like politically charged songs. But now it's more beautiful, it's more on a good, like more enjoyable for everyone who is not even an African descent. So that is the two differences, and that is how I would like to call Afrobeat. And it's an African song, an African genre. Mm-hmm. Like I like to say, that came from contemporary high life, that came from contemporary high life. And as time went on, they added pieces to it, and now where we have it, where it's not like an Afro fusion, it's like a dance hall / Afro fusion type of vibe that we have now. Yeah. Now we have Afrobeat songs that are soulful, right? We have Afrobeat songs that are, so it's like right now, as time keeps going, we keep adding to it and we keep polishing it. So I mean, that's my little education about Afrobeats.
Well, man, I'm loving it. I mean, because just staying within that, listening to your song, I'm feeling the Afrobeat, but I'm also feeling a little Caribbean. I'm feeling the Jamaica. I'm feeling the dub sound. I'm feeling all that, and that's what makes it like, cool for me. It's almost like a rocker's delight, almost in a sense.
It's like a feel-good song. It's like a feel-good genre.
Feel-good song. For those who are familiar with that, that's the mood it puts you in. So, man, I'm glad that you gave us that education. But, man, give us a little bit more of an education, man. Now, you spoke on it a little bit earlier. You're from Ghana, okay?
Yeah.
So you made your way from Ghana all the way to Toronto. Tell us what life was like for you growing up in Ghana and just getting started musically.
Well, to be honest, I did not start music professionally until I got to Canada. However, I grew up, in my grandmom's church, whereby I used to sing on Sundays. Used to sing whenever they had services. And then the big people used to give me money, because they said, wow, you could sing. And I didn't really know much because I was pretty much singing Christian songs back then. Right. So it was when I actually went to boarding house, that was when I actually got exposed to other form of music, such as rap, such as dancehall, such as lovers rock and all of that. And then from there, I actually developed a passion for music and dancing, so it was in the boarding house that I kind of became the go-to guy for my school, pretty much, because when a new dance came, I would be the first person to bring it to entertainment. Those times they used to call it entertainment. It's called a variety night, where they used to do it on Saturday evening. So that's when the boarders get a chance to have fun. So for me, it all started from there, getting a chance, to showcase my dance moves, showcase my little rap talent. And then as time went on, but the funny thing about it was, while I was doing all of that, all the circular stuff on Saturday, on Sunday, I would still be the same person that would be leading the praise and worship at school. So, some people started calling me, like gospel Michael Jackson. That was my name back then. Funny name. Just something to laugh about. But yeah, the boarding house really brought my musical talent out. Got a chance to represent my school on a national scale on TV. Rap, to sing and all of that. And then it was when I came to Toronto. It was actually 2004. That I actually decided to take this serious, because when I came here in the year 2000, African music was not really in existence like that. Like hardly would you go to a party or go to a club and hear an African music 20 years ago in Toronto clubs. So when I came, I found that void that my culture and my music wasn't being well represented. So it was only right for me to kind of fight for that gap. And not to say that there were not African artists in the system. There were African artists in the system, but they were not really visible and they were not really doing things that were getting the attention. So I now came in and then started bringing in this new flavor, bringing in this new African sound, singing in the local dialect on top of hip hop beats, and then from there just kept building. And now, as I could proudly tell you, there is no club in Toronto, there is no party in Toronto that you will enter that you won't hear at least 2-3 Afrobeat songs being played. So I think we came a long way, and God has been good to us.
Hey man, like you all come a long way and still have more of a ways to go. I mean, which basically, as you said, you just spoke on it. 2000, you got there. It was pretty much non-existent. 2004 is when you started to take it seriously. Now here it is in 2020. Man, as you said, you can't even go to a place and not hear
basically
3 or 4 songs.
On the radio, it's all everywhere, TV. So right. It's a good accomplishment as an African artist in Toronto, to be honest.
So let's talk about influences. Like, who were some of your influences growing up, man? Because you're like, international, so you may have a long list of array of people.
Yes, and that is actually right. Because from where I come from, we got a chance to be exposed to different form of music from early ages. So I would say if you go to Ghana, I had people that I looked up to in terms of writing skills and stuff like that. People like Daddy Lumba, people like Kojo Entry, these are renowned legends, people like Nanam Pedu, people like CK Man, and then, these are people I grew up listening to. These are people that shaped my cultural music artistry. And then when I look in the Western world, people like His Excellency Nestor Marley, Bob Marley, he's like the soul of this whole thing, because most of his words, when you take them in, they kind of inspire you to also generate something that will be of a positive impact to the whole generation. So he's one of them. And obviously I like Beyonce.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because of and like sometimes when I say this on interviews, people don't get it, but I say that because of her work ethic. Because I don't think there is any artist that works harder than Beyonce. Because
she works.
She works hard. Because to be at her level and still maintain is not easy. So to see her at that is someone I would like to emulate in terms of my work ethics. So those are people. And then there's this special Jamaican singer that I love much, but he passed away not too long ago, Frankie Paul.
Okay.
Very, very good singer. Very, 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 very good singer. So he's someone that I like to take my vocal stuff to, like try to be like his vocal, challenge myself to be like him.
All right. Hey man, look, listen, as I said, I know it will be a large variety of people and, artists that, us Americans are probably not too familiar with, but man, coming from a musical standpoint, we should pretty much be on, man. But I'm loving it. Real quick, man, tell us how you hooked up with Diet Monkey Entertainment, man.
That's a funny story because I actually went to a place to perform a program that he was part of the organizers. He was actually the stage manager, and as I was done performing and I was coming down with my sweat, it's like, hey, yo, Flex, you good, man. I like your stuff. I like to work with you. So when you go to places like that, you don't really take it serious.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so it was after I was done the interview, then he still walked up to me and said, yo, I have a beat that I want you to go on. And I said, all right, just to shut him up and so I could go where I want to go. So I said, all right. I took the beat, listened to the beat. I wasn't feeling the beat, to be honest with you. I wasn't feeling it because I didn't know what I was going to do on it. But he seems to believe in that beat so much. So, you know, he kept asking me for like almost a year, and I had not done the song. So one time he met me at this event, and it's like, yo, boy, you know how Jamaicans go. Like, yo, why y'all play with me, man? You know, why are you playing with my stuff, man? Like, you know, give me a verse, you know. So I said, okay. So it was after the verse, after I did that, and after I did the song, I saw his work ethics towards my progress. You know, I saw that he was more concerned about, you know, seeing me go ahead. So I felt like, okay, if he's gonna help me, because at that time I didn't have no management. So I felt if he's gonna be helping me administratively, putting my stuff together, then it's only right we put things on paper, so that at the end of the day, somebody doesn't feel like they work and they were not compensated or whatsoever. So let's do, even if it is a 2-year deal, let's do a 2-year management deal, see how it goes. And we did our first video shoot and photo shoot. It went well. I saw the energy, saw the passion of what he wanted to do, saw his vision, because he wanted to bridge the gap between Africa and like Jamaica. Yeah. I mean, pretty much Caribbean, and so he saw me as the artist that could bridge that gap. So we said, okay, let's put it together. And you know, it's close to 4 years. Yeah, close to 4 to almost 5 years now. We've been signed, and it's been a very remarkable time working with them.
Well, man, dude, it sounds like a very well. What started off as a funny moment has now worked itself into a great opportunity, man. And I love to hear it, dude. Like, I just think your whole story, man, is just uplifting and motivational, bro. So, but this brings me to my last question, man. Like, Flex, what is the one word that best describes you and why?
Versatile.
Versatile. I like that. Why?
Because I challenge myself to do everything and anything that I could possibly think of, especially when I bring it to my music. You know, a lot of people usually think, oh, you sound better when you do your local dialect, right? But then I see it as if I'm speaking in my local dialect, I'm only speaking to my people. But if I challenge myself to add in a little English, a little pidgin, a little patois here and there, I could expand my market. So I usually say I'm an artist who doesn't shy away from any type of music that you do bring to me. I mean, sorry to use this word, but even if you were to give me a Hindu song to do, I'll find a way to do it, you know, because I always want to challenge myself. I don't want to put myself in a box. So I call myself versatile.
I like it, man. I like it. Hey, man, look here. I'm gonna call you a star, brother, because you a star on the van, dude. Like, you are well on your way. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling my man. Like I'm saying, I'm feeling the energy. It comes through with your single. It comes through just with you, man. And if anybody wanted to like get in contact with you, man, how can people get in contact with Slim Flex?
Well, you know, just follow my Instagram. That's Slim Flex Official. Slim Flex Official, and then it's the same on YouTube, you know. And then you can find me Slim Flex Official also on Audiomack, where I actually want people to subscribe to that a lot. My Audiomack, I want to see response from people. I want to see the growth in my listenership. So, and then you can follow me on, you know, Spotify. I have my album gifted on Spotify. You know, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music. You know, follow me on Twitter, Slim Flex Official. Everywhere, Slim Flex Official. You know, and then also, you know, talk to Sasha Shows. That's my publicist. So, yeah.
Shouts out to Sasha. All right, I see you, man. Look here, Slim, man. I thank you for coming on the show. And
thank you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Word with Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. If you want to follow me, you can catch me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Word with Ty Brownlow. Follow me on Twitter, Ty Brownlow TV. Or, man, if you want this interview plus other interviews, just go to my website, tybrownlow.com. You can get all of that. Slim Flex.
Thank you so much, man.
Hey, man. Thank you once again. We out.
Thank you.
Peace.
Yeah.